one heck of a ride ever since. I've met some amazing people. My mentors are honestly some of the greatest friends that I've had here. They have an amazing dedicated staff. And on top of that, you really do learn a lot in this experience. So if you're a shy person, you're going to come out of your shell and you're really going to be a lot more open to people. And if you're an open person, then being humble and having perspective from other people, it really, really does help you out quite a bit in that process. Looking back, I didn't really know what I want to do. Still don't know what I want to do. That's why I'm switching majors. And now my interests kind of range from anywhere to criminal justice reform to education, and now I'm studying policy and I want to do research on Congress. So, I mean, it just kind of goes everywhere from there. So it all depends on what you want to do. Whatever you're looking for, it's out there. And that being said, if the on-campus internships that are at the career fair don't appeal to you, try looking somewhere else. Try looking outside of campus, because you would be amazed by the opportunities that are out there. And that's another point to John's credit. LinkedIn is huge, because you're not always going to have a resume on you when you're at like Chipotle in jeans and a t-shirt and you meet somebody who could give you a job. So literally dropping a LinkedIn link and sending it to them is going to be a huge deal, and that's going to be phenomenal. It's really a powerful tool. So, yeah.
Also, Heron Longhorn has a lot of good internships, so that's also really good.
And we're going to point you to Heron Longhorn once the semester starts and stuff. Okay, Michelle, what are the best parts of your internship?
Well, I can't really say that I hate anything because you're here. No, actually, I really love my internship. I feel like I remember last year I told John that I really wanted to find something like in my field for my internship, but at the same time I didn't think I was going to find anything that was going to be very like flexible with my time. And John was, well, if you need to find another internship, you can find another internship the next semester if you don't like it. But to be
like that.
to be completely honest, I really like the internship. I mean, during my first semester, as a sophomore, I was going through a lot of rough stuff. I had a lot on my plate with my family, financially, the elections. Everything was just falling apart, and what kept me going was you guys. As I am a TA basically for ULN, I read you guys' stories about the stuff that you guys did in high school, the stuff that you're going through right now, and that gave me hope. That reminded me why I'm here and why it is that I wanted to keep going. Why did I seek higher education? Why is it that I decided to go to this internship, or why is it that I wanted this interview with this person? I mean, and you guys just gave me a lot. All the stories that I was reading from you guys, it reminded me like what it was like for me as a freshman, like reminded me why I wanted to be the person that I am, or what else am I seeking in my future. So I just give it a lot to you guys. I really like working with you guys and with John. So the applause. But yeah, so John, no, I'm not just saying this because you're here. But he also was really, really nice to me, and in the sense as a mentor, he's been a person that's been really reliable in anything. With financial issues, I had problems with my classes, with professors. I can openly say that I had to go to counseling my first semester, and I had to talk to somebody that knew its way around. So I thought John was very, and is still teaching me new things about how to treat people, how to address students that have different backgrounds, and how to address people with different stories. And it helps me, because in the future that's what I want to do. I want to be able to approach people and be able to assimilate with them and hear them out, and be able to be open-minded to what it is that they want to do, because I want to help them seek higher education like I did as well. So thank you, John, for that. And you guys, I was going to say ustedes. So thank you so much.
What are the best parts of your internships?
Okay, definitely. The best parts of my internship, I would probably have to say just being able to meet everybody. Well, for ULN specifically, being able to meet everyone in the organization. I'm a really pretty pretty social, outgoing person. So how many of you missed a lecture or a small group section last semester? Okay, awesome. Chances are I got to see you on Fridays, and I was really pumped about that. Yeah, so getting to actually see everybody and meet all of you was a really, really amazing experience for me, and actually getting to relate to you with some of the stories that you guys would bring to class and everything that you guys would say, getting to hear the different actual perspectives. Coming from the Valley, it's a pretty homogenous place. So getting all of these experiences into one room, it was a really fantastic experience, not only for myself, but for like the mentees that were there every single week. On top of that, I would probably have to say working with my co-mentors, because that was a pretty surreal experience too. Everyone was really, really amazing. Everyone was so fantastic. They were nice. They were outgoing. They were caring. And I think just being around a group of people that were that sincere toward everybody else, it was truly amazing. I don't know any other way to describe it. In relation to my internship at the Capitol, I would probably have to say the most exciting part is the high level of stress. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of crave this chaos, this structured chaos. It's very stressful. I like having that huge packed schedule. Anybody else like that? Yeah, okay, awesome, yeah. So basically, yeah. Yeah, so if I'm not busy and if I have more than one day off to myself, then I start getting stir crazy and I'm like, okay, I need to do something. I don't care what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run 5 miles and stop halfway and say, why did I run 5 miles? That kind of thing. So, taking that into consideration, meeting amazing people and learning from other people too. I have amazing mentors, not only my leads, but I have people like Jeff Dubay and John Newton here, and then I have people like Dan Esparza over there, who's the legislative director. You just meet a ton of different people in every single organization and thing that you're involved in. And I think that's what it really boils down to with experiential learning. It's really just about pushing from your comfort zone and getting out of there. So really just finding where your boundaries are and then kind of going past them. That's probably what I would say is my favorite part of this internship experience.
Okay, I did have one more question. I'm going to forego that for the interest of time. But I do want to quickly mention, before Michelle and Heron leave the stage, both of them came to me in the fall semester, automatically and early, saying, okay, I want to get the most out of this experience. How can I do that? I remember the conversation I had with Heron. We had Quiznos lunch in the Union. You remember that? And we were sitting out there, and he was as energetic and as in tune to the experience of how he wanted to be active in that as you see him right now. And now look where he is and what he's doing. I saw him, I think it was the first month he was here. And look at everything that he's doing in just a short period of time. Michelle was the same way. And she came to me. It's like, oh, how can I experience this ULN thing in the best possible way? And we continued to have conversations. And I actually asked her, I wanted her to be a ULN mentor. And I was sorely disappointed, half disappointed, that she was a mentor for FSP, Foundation Scholars Program, because she's involved with that program. She's a liberal arts major and stuff. So yeah, I knew she had it in her. I saw it early because she was coming to my office. She was asking me pertinent questions, real questions. She was self-examining, knowing what she wanted to get out of her internship experience. And here, she just shared with you that what she did, it was exactly what she needed. It was exactly what she was looking for. So use their examples. There's so many. Talk to your mentors in your mentor groups about this, about putting yourself out there in this experiential learning opportunity. Research shows, it proves that experiential learning is one of the best ways to learn. The other one, study abroad. The last one, reading. I'm serious. Reading is the most effective way to learn. And not even, you can read Harry Potter, you're learning. Because your mind does strange things when you're reading a book. And I mean the real book, not a Kindle or something different about that. But that's what it's all about, learning. Experiential learning. Studying abroad. That's what you want to do. So both of these fine students owned it early and have been following through to their commitments and being engaged in the process. That's why you're seeing how happy they are and how excited they are to keep going and doing what you're doing. So thank you both. I appreciate you coming up here and sharing your story. And yeah, give them a big hand. have to stay up here if you don't want to. Okay. Canvas. Your first assignment opens up in about 15 minutes. You have your first reflection. It's very short. It's pretty much the only homework you're going to have this week. Obviously there was no pre-lecture. Your peer group, you do have an assignment for peer group, but it's easy, it's fun. This first week is about getting to know your mentors, getting to know each other in your own mentor groups, your new mentor groups. Was anybody lucky enough to get, or I shouldn't say lucky, but was anybody, do they have this, well, actually you haven't met them yet, so never mind, scratch that. About having the same mentors as last semester. Odds are you're not going to have the same mentors in that same room. So get to know who they are, their leadership styles, work with them. Be good mentees. Be good mentees. So you're supposed to get their email address this week, their name. Do you know how surprised I was when I had a few students come to me in November and asking me for a makeup session for peer group because they had to go do a study session? I was like, well, just email your mentor. It's like, I don't have their email. I'm like, well, what's their name? I don't know. You went a whole semester without knowing your mentor's name? Or having to contact them? Come on. That's not being a good mentee. Remember, Dr. Rich Reddick. Dr. Rich Reddick came out here, and he's from Harvard. And he's a specialist in mentoring. And he put it on all of you. Be good mentees. Help your mentors grow. They're going to help you grow. It's a two-sided relationship. Canvas really quick. All right, so again, our Canvas homepage. It looks exactly the same as last year. Same modules. So we got the pre-lecture, the peer group, and the quiz every week. Please be checking your Canvas so you don't fall behind. And every week it's going to be exactly the same way. Here are the makeup assignments for those of you who have excused absences. That means you emailed me and said, I need to go to the doctor. A student emailed me very last minute today because today he found out he had mono. I'm like, do not come to lecture. It was very last minute, but he still notified me. Rock on, I'm good with that. Just do the makeup assignment. You cannot do this makeup assignment, or you should not do this makeup assignment if you did not notify me. I will know, because I will see that square cap was not in there, and I'll do a search in my email. If I don't have a notification, it still counts as an absence, even if you do this, which is still required, because you still were not there. So watch the videos, do the makeup assignments, continue to keep the communication lines open if you have a conflict. But this is required. Everybody, attention please. This is still required, as well as your peer mentor. Attendance is one of the primary requirements of this program for first-year students. You need to be in a chair in this room. I created a new resource page for you pertinent to this semester, right here. ULN internship information. Before I get into that, how many of you guys did the UT Continuing Student Scholarship application over break? All right, nice. That's still out there. It's due in April. Do that scholarship. You guys remember where it's at? Right here, FAFSA Fin scholarships. ULN internship information. Please review this. This is important. We are going to be holding you accountable for all this timeline. If Jeff finds out that you didn't follow this process and you finish up this semester and start next fall without an internship because you didn't follow this process, can anybody guess what the consequences of that would be? What was that? Yeah, and that's the $1,000 in fall to help pay for your books and all that, your first disbursement. Please don't do that to yourself. Follow this process. February, March, we got the finding and applying to the positions on Hire a Longhorn. The internship fair, of course, again on February the 14th. You're going to need to go out there in your professional attire with your resumes and talk to at least 5 campus partners. You should have already reviewed the positions on Hire a Longhorn to find out who you want to talk to. And you want to go in prepared with questions. What does your office specialize in? How can I grow within that position? Interviews are going to happen. Some campus partners don't just want to go off the resume. They're going to call you in. I need a half-hour interview. Come into my office. Look sharp. And they're going to talk to you about your experience, your prior experiences and stuff like that. And that's where you're going to be active in the interview process too, and asking them questions. And then the ranking procedure. This is the most important part. If you're only applying for one position on Hire a Longhorn, and you go through the match services, and you only rank that one position as your number one position, I can guarantee you, you are not getting that position. Because that's not how it works. You need to apply for as many positions as possible and rank them in the order that you want. That's how you're going to be able to land the most desirable internship that you want for fall semester. So the ranking process is very important. And then beginning of April, that's when you should be notified where you're going to be placed for the following semester. And then you can work with your new supervisor over summer, talk about training, your class schedule, what hours you're going to go into work, things like that. So the most important part during this whole process is making sure you're keeping your lines of communication open with everybody. With the internship staff, with ULN, Jeff, Kyle, Dr. Smith, with me, and with your supervisors, the campus partners. Communicate, communicate. Again, engage, be active. Okay. Any quick questions? Enjoy your spring semester. I will see you next Tuesday.